Hello students, how you doing? Just starting back where we left off yesterday. Don't forget that the school is still serving breakfast and lunch at 8:30 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you're hungry, head over there. They'll bring the lunch or the breakfast out to your car, so you don't have to go inside the cafeteria. So you should have received your packages already. So we're doing a PowerPoint presentation on chapter 14. The final that you have is, of course, over chapters 14 and 17. This should arrive in your homework packet. So we'll be putting up PowerPoint presentations for the purpose of you, reviewing and rekindling your memory as far as what was on chapter 14. And then we'll also do chapter 17. There has been an upload on the SLA website as far as chapter 14, so you can read it. Please make sure you read the chapter. It's going to help you a lot to understand the information that I'm providing to you. And also teach you the practical side of, obviously it's teaching you the theoretical side, but it's going to help you with the practical side of shaving and mustache and beard trims and styling. So yesterday we left off on the fundamentals of shaving. This is fundamentals of shaving overview. Pretty sure we finished that slide. So still fundamental safety and sanitation. Always do the following: wash your hands before serving a client, sanitize and disinfect tools before using, include new injector blades, discard used blades into a sharps container, and that's that little red box that we have at the barber shop there at the school. Same thing they put needles in when they're at the doctor's office. Use clean linens, capes, and paper products. Provide a cloth or paper barrier between the client's head and the headrest. Prepare facial hair for the shave with warm or hot towels and lather. So, and also in that preparation, they offer pre-shave gels, pre-shave oils. All those things can help you with providing a more comfortable shave for your customer. It's a very relaxing thing to get a shave, but it also can be a very uncomfortable thing if it's not done properly. So you want to take whatever necessary steps to, especially clients with sensitive skin. There's a lot of people out there with sensitive skin. You want to be sure that you have all those products available to you when you're going to do a shave, when you're going to perform a shave, so that the comfort of the client is not jeopardized, or his skin. So it's very important that you get comfortable with a straight razor, comfortable with and knowledgeable about the products that you're going to put on his face, the different types of shaving creams, shaving gels. And it always helps to use nice hot steam towels. Okay. Of course, if they have sensitive skin, you can't use them as hot as normal. These are the precautions of the fundamental safety and sanitation. Use a light touch and forward gliding motion that leads with the point of the blade. So I'll demonstrate that to you. Also on the videos I uploaded yesterday, there was a lot of good information there on how to use a straight razor and what motion to use when you're using the straight razor. Do not shave when infections or pustules are present. So if a guy has an infection on his face, or and you could, obviously pimples, if he's got several pimples, you don't want to shave him. Basically, that's what a pimple is, an infection. But if a guy gets a couple pimples, you can work around that. But when they have a breakout, then you want to avoid that. If he has a cut on his face, I wouldn't shave him. You also want to treat small cuts or nicks immediately. you do happen to nick them or cut them, you got to use that protocol that's in your book. Lock the chair once the client is in position. That's very important that you lock the chair. You don't want the chair to be moving while you're shaving him, or for example, you're shaving and another barber or customer walks by and bumps the chair while the razor's on his face. It's going to cause a problem. Very important to keep that chair locked, okay? Observe growth pattern, shave with, not against it. We've gone over that a lot in our class. You always want to make sure you're shaving with the grain. And in some cases, you go across the grain for a closer shave. Very rare would you go against the grain. It just causes too many issues as far as ingrown hairs and skin irritation. It's in bumps. It's just very, very uncomfortable. I mean, there are some guys though that like it. Their skin is used to it. It can take it. But for the most part, you don't want to go against the grain. Just try to avoid that as much as possible. And that also goes along with if you're going to shave somebody's head with the razor. I know I have customers that I shave with a straight razor on the head, and I always go with the grain, not against the grain, for the same reason. Gently lather against the grain to position hair for shaving. So that means when you're applying the lather or the shave gel or shave oil, you want to lather against the grain, okay? So that's different from shaving. You're shaving with the grain, but when you're applying the lather or the gel, shaving gel, you go against the grain, okay? Let's see what we got here. Precautions continued. Keep fingers of the opposite hand dry. So that's for the purpose of stretching the skin. You want to keep them dry. A lot of guys are wearing gloves now when they're cutting hair, and that's great. That's fine. You always want to keep like a dry paper towel on the client's chest so you can wipe your fingers if they get too oily or too wet. Or even if you're wearing a glove, you want to keep something dry nearby so that you can dry your fingers, so you're able to stretch that skin a lot easier when you're shaving them. Use fingertips to stretch the skin in opposite direction of razor stroke. So that's very important. You don't want to stretch it in the position. Basically, if you're stretching, you're pushing the skin up and you're shaving down with the opposite hand, of course. Apply lather neatly. You don't want to get sloppy or have lather, all over his lips, going into his mouth or inside his nose, or getting onto, areas it shouldn't be. You want to keep it nice and neat. Keep skin moist while shaving. Very important. If it gets dried out, you're going to have issues. You're going to have a difficult time shaving. You're going to have to, it'll cause irritation also. If there's no lubrication, if the skin is not moist, there's no lubrication between the razor and the skin, which means it's going to be a pretty irritating shave because you're taking off more layers of the skin when you do that. Follow through with shaving strokes from one shaving area to another. Do not stop short. So don't make your strokes, short. You can kind of carry over to the next area. Don't be afraid, because like section 1, as you're doing section 1, you're shaving section 1 right below the sideburn. It's okay if you go into section 2. You're supposed to go a little bit into section 2. It'd be very beneficial to do that. Do not use hot towels on chapped, blistered, thin, or sensitive skin. So make sure you don't do that. You don't use hot towels on skin that's either blistered, chapped, if it has cracks in it, or if the person has thin skin even, or sensitive skin, you don't want to use hot towels. You can use warm towels, lukewarm. You got to be very cautious about that. Otherwise, it'll cause severe consequences to the client. And then obviously it's not going to be good for your business either. Anyhow, I think I'll stop there today. We'll pick right back up there tomorrow. I'm going to upload some more videos on shaving today. Please be sure to watch them. I spend a lot of time going through these videos and reviewing them to make sure they're teaching you the right procedures. So please take the time to watch them and give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Any questions, don't forget you can text me, call me, email me, and let's get those homework packets in. I believe the day I told you, let's try to have them in on the 18th or 19th, right in that area, okay? So we can get your grades posted. All right, thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be in touch with you.